Good morning, everyone. My name is Kara Canuck, and I am one of the co-owners of Des Moines Mom. And we are talking with Brittney Haskins this morning. Brittney is the coordinator of Blank Children's Hospital Childbirth and Postpartum Education Program. She is also a big advocate of Postpartum Support International Iowa chapter, and we are talking about mental health today, specifically perinatal mental health and mom's mental health after baby. So Brittney, tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Sure. Thanks so much for having me on today, Kara. So like Kara said, I work at Blank Children's Hospital. I was originally hired as a maternity center tour guide, and then I just got really into the program. I love talking to patients. And then after my own postpartum anxiety diagnosis, just kind of like made it my mission to be like, absolutely no one told me about this. So we have to be talking to moms about this before baby comes and sharing resources for after baby comes.
Okay, no, that I totally get that, and I totally agree. You are in such a fog after you've had the baby, and your emotions and your hormones are going crazy. What are, some of the things that we should be looking out for in ourselves if we are concerned about maybe where our mental health state is?
Yeah, there's so many things. And also, as Kara said, perinatal mental health. So it's not just after the baby comes out. You've probably heard of postpartum depression. But if you're feeling any of these things during pregnancy, that's also very normal. So we're kind of looking at pregnancy through at least that first year postpartum. Feeling sad, feeling helpless, worthless. I shouldn't have done this. This is a mistake.
Mm.
Obviously, if you have any thoughts of harming yourself or your baby, that is more of an emergency, but that is something that people do experience. On the flip side of that, there is anxiety where you can't sleep because you're so worried about the baby. You
Oh,
can't eat. You're manifesting physical symptoms. Perhaps your anxiety is getting so bad that you start developing rituals like postpartum OCD. So
oh.
it's not just postpartum anymore. When people meant postpartum depression, there's so many other things that could be going on.
Oh, yeah, all the things. Like you say these things, and my children are a little bit older now. But yeah, I can just remember all that stuff very vividly. And I think, to some extent, we all experience, some of those different things at different levels. And it's just identifying, like, okay, when is this a concern and when do I need to seek outside help? Okay, so say that you've identified some of these things in yourself. Where would you advise, what would the next steps be for somebody looking into getting help or talking to someone?
You absolutely have to voice what's happening, whether it's initially to a partner or to your mom. Eventually, we would love you to talk to your provider about that. Your OBGYN or midwife who helped deliver the baby is a great place, but these things can absolutely manifest after you've passed your 6-week follow up appointment. So you can call your primary care provider. If you don't have one, call your OBGYN back and be like, hey, you delivered my baby 6 months ago. I need a referral to someone in town who can help me, whether that be a therapist, whether it be a medical doctor. We just need to be voicing what's happening, because if you're keeping it bottled up and being like, well, they told me being a mom was hard, so I guess this is just my life now, that doesn't have to be your normal forever.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, yeah, so much of the time we're just like, okay, well, I guess this is how things are, and this is just the way we are going to move forward. And it doesn't have to be the case about that. I know you had spoken about, talking and sharing with people. I know that we are rolling into the beginning of May, and we are rolling into Maternal Mental Health Week. Tell me a little bit about that and what people are doing to kind of help destigmatize.
Annually, the first week of May is celebrated as Maternal Mental Health Awareness Week. If you would like to learn more about it, you can go to thebluedotproject.org. But this year, the theme is Share Your Story. The way that we reduce the stigma about parental mental health issues is to talk about it. If it remains something that's shameful, then we can't be helping each other. So if you feel so called to do so, you can absolutely share your story on social media or just kind of share it with a group of friends, see how it feels. And you might find a lot more connection than you were thinking, because so many of us go through this. Perinatal mental health issues are the #1 complication of pregnancy and childbirth. So that's more than gestational diabetes, that's more than hemorrhage. It is at least 1 in 5 birthing people, and at least 1 in 10 partners, if not more.
Yeah. I remember with my first baby, like we put so much effort into buying all the right things and to having a birth plan and making sure, labor and delivery. But then, you bring home this baby, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. And you just start feeling really anxious that you're just messing it all up. And so I love the idea of being able to, help end some of the stigmas that go with maternal mental health and some of that anxiety. So yeah, I think that is great being able to share your stories and make sure that other people know that they're not alone in some of these feelings. And yeah, it's a lot. It's overwhelming.
Yes,
Okay.
I always say if you're going to make a birth plan, make a postpartum plan because you won't be at the hospital forever, but you will be this child's parent forever.
Oh, yeah, that is brilliant. Okay, I know that you and I had talked about a website that you had recommended as far as being a great resource. Can you tell me again what that was?
Postpartum.net. Memorize it, write it down, put it on a post-it for everyone in your family. Postpartum.net. It is kind of the hub of all the resources of Postpartum Support International. We do have an Iowa chapter, but you can find truly everything there. Whether you're a medical provider watching this, being like, hey, I need more resources, or if you are a parent, there are dozens of free online support groups. That's one of the good things that came out of COVID. They put all of their support groups online and for free. So there's also multiple in Spanish as well. You can be matched with a peer mentor. You can do a chat with an expert function. So maybe there's not a therapist in your area and you feel like I need to talk to someone today. So all of that can be found at postpartum.net.
Okay, that's great. COVID was crappy for lots of different reasons, but I love the fact there is more accessibility for people, more ways to connect in person and online. But yeah, do you have anything else that you would like our viewers to know today, Brittney?
Wherever you are in your parenting journey, I just want you to know that you are not alone. Whatever you're feeling is normal. This is not your fault, and there is help. So you are the best parent for your baby, I promise. And it feels hard because it is hard.
Yeah, yes, no. Truth, all of the truth. Mic drop. There you go. Okay. Well, thank you everyone so much for your time today. Thank you, Brittney. And I encourage you and all of our viewers today to share your stories about your mental health and help to end some of the stigmas.
Thanks, Kara.
Thanks.